Right, hello, it's Jacob here, Firebrand, Astrology, Tarot and Healing. So today is Saturday, the 21st of May. Today we have a full moon in Sagittarius, and we'll have two full moons this month in the sign of Sagittarius at 1 and 29 degrees. So the full moon at the end of this Gemini transit, because the sun's just gone into Gemini. We will be tested on this lesson, on the Gemini Sagittarius lesson, and also the Saturn and Mars lesson, because they're both in Sagittarius at the moment. And we're going to be tested on the Mercury lesson, because Mercury, even though it is in Taurus, rules Gemini and has station direct today. Yeah, more fucking lessons. Deep joy, hey? I bet you're all happy about that, aren't you, eh? This is a reading for 23rd through to the 29th of May. So we have all of this week, we have the sun in Gemini going from 1 to 8 degrees. So in the first decan of Gemini, early stages. So we are learning the early lessons of Gemini. So we're immature Geminis in the first decan, growing up in the second decan, and adults in the third decan. So we are, going through the first stages of Gemini. All week we've got Mercury, King, Cancer, and Saturn. So Saturn is in Sagittarius, is all about beliefs, and Mercury is stationed direct. It's been retrograde, so it's still in shadow period in Taurus, quincunxing Saturn. So really, our beliefs and our thoughts aren't in harmony, and we are probably questioning them or being challenged on our beliefs and our thoughts and stuff like that. And Jupiter is squaring Saturn as well. So Jupiter in Virgo, which is all about healing and practicality and reality, squaring Saturn in Sagittarius. So this is all about where our healing, how we see our healing expanding, because Jupiter is also station direct moving forward as well, or how we see about our healing, and our thoughts about how we can heal are squaring each other. So in some respects, there's a belief that we can't heal and can't move forward, or whatever it is, or that there's so much going on that the healing process is too much, and a lot of stuff is happening. And we also have a grand trine, an earth sign, which has been going on for a while, which is between Mercury, Pluto and Jupiter, all at the middle as well, in the middle, because all like 13, 14, 15, 16 degrees, in the middle of the earth period. So it's kind of like halfway through the tunnel in some respects, so there's light on either side, but it's so far away, because we're halfway through the tunnel. But Mercury is trining Pluto, Pluto is trining Jupiter, and Jupiter is trining Mercury. So they're all trining together. So there is, even though we're underground, in the earth or underground, there is help and support there. But because the sun is now in Gemini and Venus will go into Gemini this week as well, we're going to have to start communicating and talking and being a bit more lively, So on Monday, the moon is in Sagittarius. We've had the full moon already, because that's today. In the last degree of Sagittarius, it will trine Uranus, so we might get unusual, emotions coming up. But the sun opposes Mars on Monday as well. So again, there's going to be that dichotomy between our beliefs and what we talk about, and because it's Mars, quite likely we're going to blur things out, and maybe, say things that we shouldn't be saying. On Tuesday, the moon moves into Capricorn. So these are British times we're talking about. So if you're in America, it's 5 to 8 hours behind. Venus moves into Gemini on Tuesday as well. So there's probably going to be a lot of duality around love, partnerships, that kind of thing, because Gemini is a sign of the twins. So there'll be a lot of duality there. But funnily enough, the Lovers card, which I pulled last week, is a Gemini card, you know. Venus will also oppose Mars, which it will do for about 3 days. So that's a masculine and a feminine energy again. We hear a lot about divine masculinity and divine femininity. Now, I think we need to stop looking at the energies as masculine and feminine, because that separates people and things. We need to start looking at the energy as using to describe the masculine attributes and describe the feminine attributes, but not assign genders to the energies. Look at what's happening in a lot of states about people using bathrooms, for example, because that's people again caught up in gender and what gender is, you know, and we're moving to a higher level of consciousness than being stuck up in a masculine and a feminine energy ain't useful. We need to find a way of describing what masculine energy is and what feminine energy is without using the words masculine and feminine, if that makes sense. So we've got that for 3 days, and it's Gemini Sagittarius, so it's, you know, what we're saying and what we're thinking, and what we're believing. On Wednesday, the moon will trine Jupiter, and Mercury is now moving forward and conjunct Pluto. So our emotions will be intense with the conjunction of Pluto, but there'll be support from Jupiter and Mercury. But because Jupiter expands things, we really need to be careful that we don't over communicate what our feelings are and over communicate things this week of a deep, intense nature. And we'll probably hear in the media as well more secrets coming out this week and more hidden things coming out about your election in America and stuff like that. You'll probably hear about corruption and all these kinds of things will come out this week more and more as you come towards your election. On Thursday, the moon moves into Aquarius, so people, after the intensity of all this Earth stuff and all this Pluto and Mercury backwards, going into Gemini, where all things start getting lively and communication starts going all over the place. On Thursday, we're going to want to detach from all of this and observe it from an observer point of view, because the moon is in Aquarius. We're going to look at the bigger picture of humanitarian issues around that. The moon will trine Venus, so there'll be support there from our emotions. But the moon will also sextile Mars, so the energy will be going in the right place. So there's a bit more support coming in. By detaching, we'll probably get more support. Friday is a significant day because Mars moves back into Scorpio. So we're going to be going over a lot of Scorpio stuff again that we went through when Saturn was at the last degrees of Scorpio and when Mars was there earlier this year. And yeah, you know, Mercury is direct now. You know, it's like, but still in shadow, so it's still going to be going over the past. On Saturday, the moon moves into Pisces, so they're going to get a bit more dreamy and Christ consciousness light. Sun will oppose, Sun will conjunct Venus on Saturday. So, you know, the energy of Sun and the Venus combined in the sign of Gemini will allow us to love both sides of ourselves, the light and the dark. Gemini are twins, the good twin and the evil twin, you know, so the Sun conjuncting Venus will allow us to love both sides of ourselves, you know, because where there's light, there's dark, and I'm not going to get into this whole fucking debate again about light and dark. They both exist, they're both needed in their own separate ways, but we can't be stuck in the dark, you know. Sunday the moon stays in Pisces. The sun still kind of conjuncts Venus. The moon conjuncts Neptune. The moon squares the sun and Venus, and the sun and Venus begin to square Neptune, you know. So we will then start bringing in the realm of disillusionment and because of the Pisces energy and the mutual energy squaring each other. Again, we've got to bring in the Sagittarius and the Virgo stuff as well. We're not quite yet at the grand cross in mutual signs, but we're building towards it. So energy is going to be changing. It's going to be changeable energy, not going to be sure where we're going. Because of Pisces, we're going to want to be going in two different directions. Because of the Gemini, we're going to feel torn between the two sides of ourselves. Because of the Virgo, we're going to be caught up in the reality, and because of the Sagittarius stuff, we're going to be really caught up in what we believe and our belief system. So it's going to be a really interesting week, So the example could be people are really caught up in the Trump, Clinton, Saunders election thing, and people were like, well, Saunders can't possibly win because he's not getting the votes here, whereas he is more popular. And people will be caught up between, the reality of what's going on with the election system you have and what people actually believe and want. The dichotomy there. Things aren't going to liven up from all the earth energy we had, and we are like, because of where Pluto, Jupiter, and Mercury are. We're kind of halfway through the tunnel of the Earth at the moment, the tunnel of the Earth. So I'm just going to pull a couple of what I call the Harry Potter cards. Well, they are basically Harry Potter cards. They can't call them Harry Potter cards because I'd have to pay J.K. Rowling a shitload of money if they fucking did. But it's a tarot card based on a magic school with 4 houses. Okay, so we've got the 6 of Cups, yeah, and we have the 5 of Wands, So 6 of Cups, 6 of Cups is all about childhood nostalgia, and if you remember a while ago, I said that Saturn in Sagittarius was about believing in Father Christmas again, yeah? About believing in the magic of the world, the magic of yourselves, and the magic of the universe, the magic of the power within ourselves, and all of that. Saturn in Sagittarius is the hard lesson of believing that it is fucking possible, because we're told that we've got to be based in reality, which is Jupiter in Virgo. We've got to be based in reality and observe reality and live that as our lives of reality, what's going on. Whereas Saturn in Sagittarius, and when Mars goes back into Sagittarius direct later on in the summer, we've got to believe in the magic, as a childhood, the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups, childhood memories and magic and stuff like that, in the happy flowering garden. It's spring, obviously it's May, June time because the flowers are up, so it kind of links in with the time of year that we're going through now, And because this is water, it's saying that once we get into Cancer season, that things are probably going to get better, And the 5 of Wands is reminding us of the power of our own magic, of working together, because all of the magicians there are cooperating in order to build the fire and make it happen. So this is really about reminding us about the collective power that we have in terms of what we believe is possible, as a human consciousness, our collective consciousness and unconsciousness, and the power that has in directing what we want to happen in the world and what we want to happen for each other and ourselves, and really remembering the magic of our childhood when we believed in the Tooth Fairy and Father Christmas and all of these things that were wonderful, and didn't hurt anybody by believing that. So we need to believe in the power of our beliefs. Okay, thank you.